So it's officially done. I did 10,000 steps every day for 30 days, and here it's how it went. I think before I start talking how it went, I have to talk about why did I decide to do it. Because I feel like it's important to know the background. I've been on this 6 months journey to change my life, and I really wanted to do 8,000 steps a day for the 6 months, and I couldn't really manage to do it, which was a me problem because I didn't really take the time out of my day to actually go and walk. And I feel like I was focusing on other goals more. So I thought, you know what, 30 days, I can focus on this one goal at a time. I don't have anything else to focus on, so I'm just gonna push for it and I'm just gonna do it. And I've also been watching a lot of other people's videos about walking 10,000 steps and how this challenge kind of transforms you in the sense that you keep doing it afterwards. So when it comes to a lot of fitness challenges, usually people do them for 2 weeks, 3 months, or maybe like the 75 hard challenge when you do it for 75 days. But then you just stop because it's too hard of a challenge to keep doing it when life happens. And life will happen for everyone. And I know that I will not have the time to do like a very big fitness challenge every day. But the 10,000 steps seemed like a good enough start, and also something that if I count the steps weekly instead of every day, so if there is one slip up, no big deal, and life can still go on, and I can keep pushing to do that after I finish the challenge. So after the 30 days, ideally, I want to keep walking. Another thing is that I feel like I should go out more. The weather is really nice right now. Today is super hot, but the last month the weather was beautiful. I mean, everything is blooming, the flowers are just gorgeous everywhere, and I feel like because I'm sometimes working from home, I don't really go out as much, and I think it's actually worse for my mental health. So here are my stats from the last 30 days. As you can see, I had only one day when I didn't do the 10,000 steps, but overall I did more than 10,000 average. So that's really good. And I'm really happy that I finished the challenge. And I think I'm gonna just keep walking because this is such an easy thing to do. So just why not? And that's the thing. That's such an easy challenge, but it was so hard to start at the beginning. Because I remember walking the first, few days, I was so exhausted. My legs kept hurting and I was like, should I really do it? But I kept pushing myself. And now I can see the benefits. And I think it's really worth it. So I just came back from my hot girl walk. Hot because I was sweating. But I feel like it's fine. I just need to clean up the apartment now. I feel like what's left is more or less like 1,000 steps, so that's easy to do while cleaning up the apartment. And that's gonna be it for now. So it's day 4, and so far so good. I can only feel my knees like a little bit, but I think it's because I started walking more, not because I actually injured myself, and my legs are starting to feel the exercise, Just came back home from a concert and I think I did more than 20,000 steps today, which is a lot. And I've already did some steps for the next day. So technically, because it's past midnight, I did some steps for the next day. I'm very happy about that. You can probably hear in my voice that I screamed a lot, but I loved it and I moved a lot. So I'm very happy about that. I've been working from home today and I barely made any steps. And do I really want to go outside right now? Not really. Am I gonna go anyway? Yeah. It was also very easy to just exercise in the sense of I was still moving my body and it wasn't a hard exercise to do. And I could, speed up for a moment and then walk slower. I could try to jog for a little bit, which I'm not really a fan of because I did try to run a few years ago and I kept pushing myself, and I think running is just not a sport for me. I am still going for the badminton sessions. I do that once a week, so it's on top of the walking. I feel like this is a good exercise for me because I don't have to think about it and I can listen to an audiobook, just music, or even like watch a YouTube video, which I mostly do like listen to anyway, because I do like to put my YouTube videos in the background and I'm just mostly listening and just glancing up from time to time. So going outside, I can still do that. It's just I'm outside and walking and it's nice. The only thing that I feel like is a disadvantage is that you have to take time of your day to actually walk, which for 10,000 steps, for me, it's about like 2 hours and 30 minutes when I'm walking slowly. It might be less time, but it depends on the day. So if I'm going to the office that day, it's so much easier because I have to go to the bus stop, then from the bus stop to my actual office. And usually I go around the office more because the office is big. I want to go to the kitchen, I want to go to the bathroom, whatever. And if we go for lunch outside, then I'm still walking. So by the time I'm out of work, I'm already like 6,000, 7,000 steps in. But when it comes to working from home, which I also do, I usually end up having like 500 to 800 steps by the time I finish working. And then it's the matter of, going outside and having an hour walk to actually do the steps and then coming back home and actually stepping inside. Because the thing is that I usually had to do a bit of walking inside of the house. So you have to really take the time of your day. But when I'm thinking about it, I could be scrolling on TikTok for an hour or I could be walking outside and having a great time. Since I started walking, I also discovered that there are some extra perks. I've been living kind of in the same area my whole life, and now I've moved out of my parents' house, after coming back from Sweden and stuff. But I've never really walked around as much as an adult, because I remember my dad taking us for Sunday walks, but it was in a slightly different part of the town. And now that I'm an adult, I haven't really walked that much throughout the city, because I feel like whenever you live in a city and it's like your city that you were born in, you don't really go and discover stuff as much. Right now I had an excuse to actually go out and see things. So what I would do is, to keep myself from being bored, I would just go out, choose a direction and just see where I end up. Because usually when I go out, I have point A and point B. I have somewhere to go to and I just look it up in Google Maps and go there, And this time I decided I'm just gonna wander around just as if this was the first time in the city. And I discovered so many green places around my neighborhood. It's so cool. And also seeing all the flowers bloom and all the kids around and, people walking the dogs and old people just sitting on the benches. I feel like this was the most rewarding thing. And I know it's stupid and I know I should touch grass and, go outside. But actually seeing people outside was really nice mentally, because I feel like when I'm on the internet, I'm scrolling through, I see people achieve a lot of things, but I'm still stuck in the house. And now when I'm going out more, I can see the real life people outside. And I know it's stupid and I know people are having their lives, but I feel like when I didn't go as much, I was kept in this bubble that, there is no more kids on the playgrounds and no one is going outside anymore and people are not meeting or whatever. Because that's kind of the rhetoric that is on the internet. And I really needed to switch off and go outside. Switching off from my phone is really, really good for my mental health. Because also the time flies faster when you're outside, because you just keep going, even if you have a point A or B. Because by now, I've been to all of the nearest neighborhood parks, and there's a little lake nearby and, the neighborhood green areas. So now I know how many steps does it take me to go there and come back. so I can kind of calculate if I'm gonna be needing to do more exercise after that. So sometimes when I didn't make enough steps and I couldn't really go outside because it was, for example, raining and I didn't really want to walk in the rain, I did that a few times, but when it was just like a little dribble, but I don't really like to go outside when it's raining. I did dance workouts. So I don't know if you know, but there's a guy called Fitness Marshall and I love him. So usually like an hour would be enough of his dance workouts to actually fill in all of the steps. And I'm not following the dance workouts religiously, so I'm just having fun in my own apartment and I'm just trying to actually do the things that he does. But it's the music that I know, the workout is easy, so I was doing that. Also just like walking around the house, which is something that, happens, and pushing myself to, pick up the laundry or maybe take a few trips to take stuff from one room to another, because the apartment that I'm living in is not that big, so I don't really have a lot of space to do the steps. So sometimes it was just me walking around in the kitchen, which is also fine. I was doing the steps anyway. Another game changer was actually this hat. I got it like at the beginning of the challenge because I didn't really have a hat before. I mean, I had some hats, but not a cap before. And I feel like when the weather is that hot, having a hat on is just not for me. And why is it a game changer? The thing is that usually my excuse to not go outside and do the steps is my hair. Because, I can just put on something that I'm gonna be fine with, even if it sweats, or like, jeans or whatever, a normal t-shirt, and then I'm fine to go outside. But usually the hair is my like biggest enemy, because when I feel like they're not looking that best, I am just embarrassed to go outside. But also I don't want to wash them every day because I have it colored and I know the color is gonna just bleed out of the hair if I wash them every day. And if I'm working from home, let's say 3 consecutive days, I don't really mind having the hair a bit dirty. But then if I want to go outside, I don't really want to go outside. And that's like my biggest excuse. The hair was always my biggest excuse. So now it's not an excuse anymore. And it's just so simple, a normal hat, and now I can just go outside. Usually I do put my headphones on as well, so I'm listening to something. And yeah, something as simple as a hat was a game changer for me, apparently. I also seen that, as I said, it's easier to finish the steps in a few chunks. So if I went for a walk for 15 minutes, if I went to the shop, if I did something after work, then it's easier to do the steps. But I do like the long walks because then I can put on a podcast, listen to an audiobook, or just listen to music and think. And I just really like the fact that it's a time for myself. Because I feel like usually when I'm at home, I'm really trying to keep myself busy. When it's sometimes, watching the TikToks, I'm still like putting something not to think. And when it comes to going on a walks, I really had the time to think about my goals, what I want to do next, just clear my mind as well. Because I feel like during the day, I don't really have the time to focus on the inner world. And I know it's stupid, it's just like a walk, but still I feel like mentally it was more rewarding than even the physical part, even though I can see like the difference when my legs are not hurting after doing the 10,000 steps. When it comes to the results, I didn't see much in the sense of physical difference, but I do see a lot of difference in the mental health. So I've lost a kilogram, which is not a lot, but also I didn't go on a diet and I just kept eating normally. And I feel like the amount I eat is to keep my weight the same or actually slightly above what I should be eating. So I should watch my calories more. But when it comes to the walking, it probably just offset the whole thing. So I didn't really lose that much weight. I don't see a big difference when it comes to my body, except for the fact that I feel like I can walk faster and I don't get as winded when I run for the bus now, which is, I think, the best thing ever, because there's nothing worse than running for a bus and then just hyperventilating for like 5 minutes after you're on a bus and everyone is just looking at you. So there's that. So I feel a bit stronger and like the aspect of walking is much easier now, whereas for the first week or so I really felt my legs, because previously I wasn't walking as much, and I think I was averaging like 6,000 steps a day, but that was the average. There were some days when I walked like 500 steps because I didn't really leave my house. So my legs really felt it, but it was the first week only. Right now, nothing's hurting, nothing's wrong. I didn't injure myself, which was also like a big thing for me, because I don't want to injure myself to the point of I cannot do this anymore, as I've seen people do with so many other fitness challenges, because you really push yourself and then something happens and, you know, a sprained ankle is not going to help you. So I feel like with this challenge, I could even walk slow, or, you know, break it into a few mini walks a day and then still be on top of the challenge. I do feel like I ate a bit more when walking, because I think I might have been more tired. So if I kept like a calorie deficit and kept walking more than usual, I feel like the scale would reflect that. But this was something that I didn't want to focus on, because I feel like having done the 6 months to change my life challenge, I can see that focusing on one thing at a time is so much easier, like mentally better for you, in the sense of that you focus on one thing at a time and you can really push yourself and you can really take all your energy and put it into this one basket, which is something that I want to do now. And now, having finished the 30 days, I feel like I could do habit stacking. So I'm already doing the 10,000 steps, and then I could add on to that. So I'm kind of pushing myself forward month at a time, just like with the Cola Zero challenge. I don't drink as much as I used to. I still have like 2 glasses a week. I didn't completely cut it out of my life, but still, it's so much better. And then doing the 10,000 steps and then maybe the calorie deficit. We'll see what I decide to do right now. Another thing that I forgot to mention when I was filming this video is that I sleep so much better right now. You cannot even imagine. I think being tired after walking the 10,000 steps is just really making my sleep cycle so much better. And I fall asleep faster and I sleep better, and I think it's really great. Because it was also something that I've seen other people do and stick to it, and then they kept doing it after the challenge was finished. And I really want to keep doing that. So I'm not gonna really punish myself if I don't do 10,000 steps every day, but I would like the average to be 10,000 steps. And I really like the routine of going outside for a walk, even if it's 30 minutes or even if it's a 15-minute walk. I have to walk myself like a dog, basically, because I do need to go outside more. And the weather is nice, so there's really no excuses. And if I have my hat on, there is actually no excuses at all. I do recommend it to everyone to just try it out. If it's not 10,000 steps that you're aiming for, I feel like even 8,000 would be like a good start, because then it's less time and you can just start from a lower number and then keep pushing to do more steps. Another thing that made a huge difference was, for example, choosing the stairs instead of the elevator, and choosing to go out of the bus a stop earlier, because I knew, okay, if I just walk for this one stop, I'm already gonna have like 1,000 steps. And even like taking the stairs is such a like easy thing to do when going downstairs. When going upstairs, it's a debatable thing, because, you know, my office is at like the 8th floor, so going up there, I did try a few times, and when I reach the 5th floor, I'm already hyperventilating. So by the time I reach the 8th floor, I'm just dying. But I did try a few times, and, you know, it is steps, so that's really good. But also it's the thing of choosing the hard thing, and like kind of teaching myself that I can do the hard thing and just keep pushing to do that. Because if I don't push myself, who's gonna push me, you know? Because this is also a challenge that you have to be resilient, because there are days when you just want to be in your bed and not go outside or not even lift a leg or whatever. And you have to keep pushing for yourself. And I think that's the biggest thing, because it's something that is so easy to do. It's also easy to tell yourself, oh, one day is not going to make a difference. But then you look at it from the perspective of a month, and it's actually a big difference if you keep doing it every day or every other day. And you know, the only thing that is left for me to say in this video is just to, you know, I'm gonna go outside and do some steps. So, bye!